I'm Miss Dunlap. I'm Thomas Jefferson.
I'm Roger Sherman.
And I'm John Adams.
In May 1776, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is filled with excited people. Spring is in the air, the flowers are blooming. Leaders from the 13 colonies are here for a meeting of Congress. There are no hotels in the cities. The leaders rent rooms from private homes. Roger Sherman is a Connecticut lawyer and is staying at the home of Miss Dunlap.
Good evening, Mr. Sherman. You had a long day.
There was a lot of work to do in Congress.
Are you hungry? I cooked chicken and potatoes.
That sounds wonderful, Miss Dunlap. Sherman sits at the table. Miss Dunlap places his dinner before him. She prepares a plate for herself and joins her guests at the table. This is very good, Miss Dunlap.
Thank you. I'm going to watch my cooking.
I'm sure your husband does.
He never comments on it. All John talks about is work, work, work. He's always working on a big job. He's working on a big job tonight.
That reminds me of something I need to tell Mr. Dunlap. The Congress is going to use his printing services again.
He'll be happy to hear that. What do you want him to do?
Print the Declaration of Independence.
Oh no, King George won't allow it.
We no longer care what the British king thinks.
That's a crime, Mr. Sherman.
I am afraid so.
There will be a war.
We are already at war, Miss Dunlap. The British captured Boston last year in March. The Patriots ran them out, but I fear they will return.
George Washington will stop them.
I do pray that is true. Many of our hopes are riding on General Washington.
He is a great man. I am glad he is on our side. Oh, Sherman, you ate your dinner very quickly.
I guess I was very hungry.
Would you like some apple pie?
Miss Dunlap, I cannot say no to any food you make, but please wait a few minutes. I like to jot down some ideas I have for the Declaration.
Are you going to write it?
I am one of the 5 men Congress chose to do so.
This is what I like about America. You, the son of a shoemaker, can grow up to do great things.
Then you agree with what I am doing.
Agree is not exactly the word I would use. What I would say is that I trust you, Mr. Sherman. You are a smart man. I know you will make this country right decisions for our country.
Act 2. Congress chooses Roger Sherman, John Adams, then Benjamin Franklin, Robert Livingston, and Thomas Jefferson to write the Declaration. The men talk about the things they want to say in the Declaration. They ask Thomas Jefferson to write it. Philadelphia is very noisy. Jefferson finds it hard to sing. So he moves to the countryside where he rents a room in the house of Jacob Graff, a bricklayer. Jefferson writes on several versions of the Declaration. On June 28th, John Adams and Benjamin Franklin visit. They read. Jefferson wrote and suggested a few changes. 2 days later, John Adams returns with Sherman at Livingston. The men ride horses from the city to Graff's house. They are greeted warmly in the living room by Thomas Jefferson.
Jacob, it's so good to see you again. Thank you for coming all the way from the city.
We enjoyed the ride. The countryside is so beautiful in the spring. The mountain laurels are in bloom. Pink flowers are everywhere. I saw my first ruffed grouse.
What a beautiful bird.
There seem to be more deer now than 2 days ago. All the fawns are being born.
Now you understand why I did not want to stay in the city. I like to work in a natural setting.
Show us what you have done.
Here it is, helping that Ben Franklin is leaving so I could show him the changes.
Mr. Franklin didn't want to come, but he felt sick this morning.
I think he walks too much. The man is 70 years old. He is still very active in politics.
Too active, if you ask me, and he is always working on a new invention.
That's what makes him happy. And a man has a right to be happy. That is one of our reasons why we are declaring our independence from Britain.
May I read the Declaration?
Certainly, Mr. Sherman.
Jefferson gives Sherman a paper. Sherman looks at it and nods his head. Then the men sit on the wooden chairs and listen as Sherman reads aloud. Sometimes people feel they have to break the
their leader. They can then become separate and equal as nature and God wanted them to be.
That's a great start, Mr. Jefferson. You got right to the point.
Adam and Sherman nod. Sherman takes a sip of water before continuing.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that their Creator gave them certain rights, that among these are life, freedom, and pursuit of happiness.
The women are not going to like this. Let us deal with one issue at a time. Mr. Jefferson, there are women who want to be part of this. My wife is a smart woman, but not all women have her good sense.
Mr. Jefferson is right. Men are better at taking care of things outside the house. Women are better at taking care of things at home.
Does this apply to black women?
Only a northerner would ask that question.
Please answer my question, Mr. Jefferson.
No.
Is that no, you will answer my question, or no, it does not apply to black women?
It does not apply to black women.
So black women can work outside the home. In fact, they must work outside their homes if they are to serve their slave masters.
That's the way things are.
How can you hold this view while speaking of freedom and the pursuit of happiness?
You're missing the point, Mr. Sherman.
And you are missing my point, Mr. Jefferson. My point, if you will hear me,
Do we have to?
I am insisting that you do.
Very well then. You have our full attention.
We cannot speak of freedom while we take away the freedom of slaves.
The South is not ready to free slaves.
Benjamin Franklin thinks they should. He and I have talked about the matter. Mr. Franklin says that he will do everything possible to free slaves.
I know that to be true. Ben and I have had many such discussions.
Gentlemen, we picked Mr. Jefferson to write the Declaration because he is from the South. He knows how Southerners think. He knows what they want to see in the Declaration. If the South does not agree with what we write, they will never vote for independence.
That may be true, but we could try to change their minds.
Mr. Sherman, we cannot change the South in one day. Let us do one thing at a time. We must prove to King George and Europe that there are good reasons why we speak our independence. We also have to show that we can govern ourselves. If we fail to make our point, no European country will support us. Then the freedom of women and blacks will do us no good. When we are tired for treason in King George's court.
The men decide that Jefferson is right, but they still offer ideas on how to make the writing better. The men go back to the city. Jefferson sits in the living room and works on a special lap desk he made. The next day, he was finally happy with what he had written. Act 3. Act 3. On July 2nd, 1776, Congress schedules a vote on the Virginia Resolution. Roger Sherman is known.
Good morning, Mr. Dunlap.
Good morning, Mr. Sherman.
This is a very important day. I want an early start.
You men are turning my house upside down. I have to get up so early to make your breakfast and lunch.
I didn't ask you to do that.
I had to do that for my husband. He feels that Congress is going to pass the Declaration today, so he is trying to get all his jobs done. He ran out of gas so fast he forgot his lunch. I'll have to take his lunch down to his shop.
I can drop it off at the shop on my way to Congress.
You will, Mr. Sherman? Oh, thank you very much.
It's no problem. Mrs. Dunlap, how do I look?
Like a great gentleman.
I'm so nervous.
There's no need to be nervous. You are doing the right thing.
You are correct, madam. I am doing the right thing. Thank you for your support during all of this.
I am so glad to be of help. Most men don't like it when the women try to help them.
They're wrong. If only they knew how much easier life would be if men allowed women to
place for a woman.
I'll talk with Mr. Dunlap. Do you really think I look all right? This jacket doesn't look straight.
Oh, Mr. Sherman, I have never seen a man take so long to dress.
I want to be at my best today. If I look good, then maybe the men guys will believe me when I tell them they should approve the declaration.
They'll believe you. You are a good speaker.
John Adams is much better speaker.
I've heard that he can go on and on.
He does talk a lot when he believes in something.
I am glad that I won't hear it. The last thing I want is to hear someone talk my ears off.
Miss Dunlap, you're so funny. Mr. Adams is not all that bad. He just wears people down until they agree with him.
Then you can listen to him. I have dinner to cook.
I'll leave it to you.
Don't forget the lunches.
Thank you, ma'am. I guess I'm still nervous.
What are you really afraid of?
We are committing treason. If we fail, many people will die.
You won't fail. George Washington is on your side.
They're talking about making him first president.
President? So we're replacing the king with the president? I'm sure Mr. Washington will be a great president.
So do I.
Act 4. John Adams and Roger Sherman walk to Congress together. Adams is very excited when Livingston joins them.
Mr. Adams, I'm so sorry that I cannot vote with you. There's still no word from New York.
But I am sure they want to be rid of the king too.
That may be so, but until they say that I can vote that way, I cannot.
Oh no, I wanted us to be a unanimous vote. Oh well, at least the other colonies are on our side. That's still true. Right, Mr. Sherman?
Yes, Mr. Adams, South Carolina has decided to stand with us. So will Pennsylvania. Now we have the support of 12 of the 13 colonies.
What an exciting day. America will always remember the second day in July. In the future, it will be celebrated as a great anniversary festival.
Congress discusses the Declaration of Independence. John Adams explains the key points. Thomas Jefferson says nothing, but he does take notes. The next day, Congress votes in support of the Declaration. Livingston and the other men from New York do not vote. John Dunlap prints 28 copies of the Declaration and takes them to Congress. John Hancock is the president of the Congress and is the first person who signed the Declaration of Independence.
Today, Americans remember these important events with a celebration on July 4th instead of July 2nd as John Adams predicted. The day is called Independence Day, 50 years after America